Hey, hello group. Hello, I've missed you. Boy, I just went out of town last week, Sunday through Tuesday, and just been catching up and busy and just whew, good stuff though. Look at the arm, full range of motion, little sore. The kinesio tape on the elbow has been really helpful. Got my final visit with the doc on Friday. I want to see the x-ray and see what it looks like, make sure it's healed up. And anyway, so I get this question a lot. What about fruit? What about fruit? Hey, Matt Anastasio. Welcome, welcome. What about fruit? You ever get that question, Matt? I'm sure you do. It's a good question because fruit has been vilified by the carbohydrate phobes. And or the keto people, or the paleo people, or this and that. And so I just want to touch base on it. Going into it with, I know there's two sides, man, to the same coin. I've been doing this work a long time. There always are. And I just have found when you're taking care of people, you got to be moderate because they need some wins so they can sustain a good behavioral change. And so I'm moderate. So here's my take on carbs, fruit in particular. So fructose can really drive up insulin. That's the sugar that's in fruit. And it can really drive up insulin. And I think if you are trying to get healthy, reverse belly fat, improve glucose, insulin, fatty liver, if you're trying to improve cardiovascular markers, inflammatory markers, I think fruit needs to really be limited to low glycemic fruits. That said, and I'll come back around to this, that would be berries. Blueberries in particular are good. Sour apples are good. But certainly the high glycemic fruits keep you in a state of high insulin. And it's the high insulin. Hey, Elisa. It's the high insulin that's the driver of all of the bad things that happen when there's nowhere else to put sugar. It shoves it into your liver and backs up in there and causes fatty liver. It jams it into the pancreas, it puts it all around the abdominal organs. And that happens even if you're already a little prone to being insulin resistant, hyperglycemic, pre-diabetic. You just got to cut that down as much as possible. That really includes refined carbohydrates, but certainly fruits are something to pay attention to. Nothing super sweet. You can look these things up online, what has a high glycemic index, and avoid that stuff. And when you do eat the berries and the sour apples, do it in moderation, right? Do a half a cup of blueberries, awesome polyphenols in there, and other anti-inflammatories and antioxidants. And same thing with the sour apple. Enjoy that sour apple. Put it in a salad, but don't eat the whole thing. So until the insulin and the glucose sort of reverse and wind down really for a long time, and maybe even those nutrient sensing pathways get re-regulated through fasting is probably one of the best ways to do it, then I would recommend less than more fruit. And that's my take on it. So kind of covering it globally though, same goes with refined carbohydrates. And I think it's fine to eat quite a few vegetables, right? That's the thing we don't want to eat enough of. We want some refined carbs, we want some sweet fruits, but really the healing comes in the vegetables, the beans, the legumes, lentils, the nuts, things like that. Those are super low glycemic. Those don't really spike insulin very much. And even the animal protein can stimulate insulin. So where the plant protein, it does, but not to the same degree. The more I research this, the more I'm realizing that the animal protein is such an intense amount of amino acids, complete amino acids, versus the plant proteins, that it's a massive stimulation to the pathways versus a minor stimulation. And that also turns up insulin. So we're looking at it coming from a lot of different angles versus just refined carbohydrates, sugar, candy, muffins, brownies, cookies, scones, etc. So what about fruit? Less than more, low glycemic, and until you get things really, really turned around and really working well. And then seasonally, right? We don't want to be eating seasonal issues right now. Yeah, Matt, blood sugar issues warrant low glycemic stuff. Berries, cherries, right, in moderation. Good fiber, good stuff. So, all right, that's it on should I eat fruit. Okay, we'll see you in the next video, and as usual, continue to be your own doctor, because at the end of the day, you're the best one at it. See ya.